7th dynasty of Egypt would mark the beginning of the first intermediate period in the early 22nd century BC, but its actual existence is debated. It was around 2181 BC and capital was in Memphis. The only historical account on the 7th dynasty was in Manetho's Egyptica, a history of Egypt written in the 3rd century BC, where the 7th dynasty appears essentially as a metaphor for chaos. Since next to nothing is known of this dynasty beyond Manetho's Egyptica and Manetho's account, Egyptologists such as Jürgen von Beckerath and Toby Wilkinson have usually considered it to be fictitious. In a 2015 reappraisal of the fall of the Old Kingdom, the Egyptologist Hracht Papassian has proposed that the 7th dynasty was real and that it consisted of kings usually attributed to the 8th dynasty. Metaphorical interpretation of historical sources based on the now lost writings of Africanus, circa 160 to 240 BC, and Eusebius, 260 to 340, themselves based on the now lost work of the Egyptian priest Manetho from 3rd century BC. The Byzantine scholar George Syncellus died after 810, variously assigns to the period after the 6th dynasty, the 7th dynasty, 70 kings in 70 days by Africanus, or 5 kings in 75 days by Eusebius. According to Manetho, these kings would have ruled in Memphis rather than a historical reality. This rapid succession of kings has long been interpreted as a metaphor for chaos. And existence claim some Egyptologists, such as Papassian in 2015, believe that this interpretation may give undue weight to Manetho's writing, and that it distorts the general scholarly understanding of the end of the Old Kingdom. According to Papassian, in 2015, a re-examination of the 7th dynasty's existence remains fully justified, and some of the kings usually attributed to the mid-8th dynasty should instead be understood to belong to the 7th dynasty. Being attested by 2 additional ancient historical sources as well as archaeological evidence, the 8th dynasty is not quite as obscure as the 7th. As a consequence, some Egyptologists combine the 7th and 8th dynasty into a single line of kings, reigning immediately after the 6th dynasty. List of rulers, the 7th dynasty is usually considered fictitious and is thus either ignored altogether by modern scholars or it is combined with the 8th dynasty. The Egyptologist Hracht Papassian has proposed in 2015 that the number of rulers usually seen as belonging to the mid-8th dynasty identified by the Abydos king list should be attributed to a 7th dynasty. And dynasty 7, as per Papassian, are Jetkare Shemai, Neferkare Kendu, Merenhor, Neferkamin, Nikare, possibly attested by a cylinder seal, Neferkare Tereru, Neferkahor, attested by a cylinder seal, Neferkare Pepiseneb on Turin canon gives at least 1 year of reign, and Neferkamin Anu.